Ignition running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
So what are we going to talk about?
All sorts of stuff.
All right.
So we got Jim Gerwitz, Mike Overman.
Are we starting?
Yeah, why not?
Right.
We're already out of the chute. So I want to start with last year. You were the AD of the year for Region 16.
Actually, it was
the
the
whole
whole country.
NJCAA?
Yeah.
Well, were there no other nominations?
I
Oh
guess.
my gosh.
That's what I'm assuming.
The whole
I don't
country.
know.
Somebody lost the mail and was like, wait, I had this one left. It fell out in my drawer. Did you get to go anywhere or get some kind of award or something?
Yeah, we were at the National Junior College Convention, and that's like all the ADs and regional directors. I'm the women's director for Region 16. Mike's the men's director for Region 16, and so we were actually in Charlotte, North Carolina for the convention.
Nice.
And that's where I received the award. It's a pretty nice award. I got like a little acrylic trophy, kind of like a trophy, and then they also sent me a jacket that has all the inside of it has all the Kirby heads in it. It's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Nice. And then, Mike, you were in St. Louis for a bit and came back. Was it been 2 years now or just a year?
So this will be the start of year 2 being
Start of
back.
year 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. How'd the golf tournament go on Friday?
Tremendous. It was a great turnout. I mean, we had 36 teams in the afternoon, 26 teams in the morning. Man, I couldn't ask for better weather.
Yeah.
The weather was amazing. Everybody had their tummies full, I think. We had plenty of food for everybody. And I just thought it was a great day with great prizes. Everybody that we've talked to is just saying, man, this is one of the best tournaments we've ever been in, that kind of stuff. So
Nice.
we're pretty pumped about it.
And that was at Crown.
Yeah, we were at
Sure.
Crown.
I think that was by far the biggest turnout too. Last year had a good crowd, but I think 60 plus teams is the most
Yeah.
the athletic tournament has ever had. So it was a good day.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice. So lots going on campus. The booth for soccer, that's underway. What's the status
press
on the
box?
press box? Yeah. How far along is that?
We're hoping to be done, I would hope, by mid-October, just in time for the playoffs. I mean, electrics ran there. We're just waiting for them to get the building done. They got it under roof today. It looked like it was done. There's still a couple pieces of sheet metal that need to be put on. The windows are in. We do have the AC unit, AC/heating unit, ready to be put in. Just waiting for them to finish up, basically. So I'm hoping, like I said, it should be done within the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping. Fingers
Right.
crossed.
Yeah, but we talked to some soccer players earlier, and we're hosting at least the first round, if not.
Yeah, the men
Or the men are probably going to get a bye.
The men are the 1 seed,
No matter what, I believe.
no matter what. So they'll
So
get a
they've
bye in the
secured a bye.
quarterfinal round, and
Okay.
then they will host one of the semifinal games, and hopefully win that. And if we win that, then we'll also host the final. I think the women's game, there's too many games yet to be played on the women's side to know kind of where we're at. We're 1-1 right now in the region, but there's still a chance we could host some women's games as well in the playoffs.
But definitely hosting at least a semifinal for men's.
Yes, and if they win, we'll be hosting
host
the
the final
championship.
as
So,
well.
yeah, that'd be awesome. So that'd be great to have the booth ready for that, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be awesome.
definitely. I talked to Coach Jones. The press box for baseball is finished.
That is correct. They got an area for concessions underneath.
Oh, nice.
That's where the 3 windows are for downstairs.
Okay.
Those are like concession windows. They got, heating and air and all the electric in there for like crock pots and things like that. So, and then upstairs is where, the scoreboard and, basically any press that shows up would
Right.
be up there. And that is also climate controlled. So pretty nice, really nice building.
Yeah, sure.
Looks great. You got the Kirby heads on the sides, a little Dirty Bird sign in the front. It looks really good.
Good deal. Good deal. I know I've seen in the past, radio station will run a broadcast setting up from the back of a truck or something, so they can just use this now.
Yeah, they'll be able to take their stuff up in there and run it from there, which would be awesome. Yeah, I remember when J98 used to do our games in baseball. Usually do the first one of the doubleheader, and we'd be out there in the back of. They'd pull up the van, and we'd be sitting in the back of that, and wind would be howling, and it was just not a great atmosphere to do a game because of all the elements. But now they'll be covered and should be really nice.
Yeah, baseball field, it's kind of gets windy up there.
Definitely in February and March and April, yes.
Yeah, those early games. And then also big news, so next to that, relatively closely, is going to be the new softball field. And bids have bids gone? They've gone out, but have we contracted someone, or is that still open for? Or can we even say, is this top secret?
The bids are in. They'll go to the board for approval.
Okay.
For the finalist. October 5th, I think, is the next board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, if the board graciously accepts the bid, we will hopefully break ground on that thing sometime in October, and with the hopes that we're playing softball on a new facility come March 1st.
Yep.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, that's the plan of the turnaround, hopefully. Yeah, we're excited about it. I mean, this is going to make our softball program, be off the charts. It would be awesome. It'd be the best facility in JUCO in Missouri for sure.
It's kind of a long time coming, but
yes,
I was under the impression that this year was going to have to be off campus again, but that sounds like you're going to get turned around pretty fast.
Well, according to the bids, we have a chance of it being ready by our first game, here at home, March 1. They think, and it should be done.
Wow!
If we can get it started and we have good weather. So
right. Now, is this we're going to go ahead and go with lights included at this time?
That is in the bid, and hopefully, like I said, the board gives us the approval on it, and we'll go with that. Yeah, that'd be awesome to have lights.
Yeah. Let
the games be, if we have any weather, you can push it back a little bit and not worry about that. And teams that are traveling can
further away. Yeah. They don't have to cut out as early in the afternoon, or even MAC students. You're not having to miss afternoon classes necessarily to squeeze in a doubleheader.
Yeah, and you'll definitely be able to use that field in the summertime for the local area, and they'll be able to play into the night. So it'll be great.
Yeah. And then if anyone out there has a cool $400,000 or $800,000 lying around, we can get the baseball lights and the soccer field lights. And
yeah, that'd be awesome if we could do that too. I mean, we definitely could use them at both of those facilities, and we'll get to those. But I don't know. Hopefully, depends on how good the Booster Club does.
Yeah, right.
Because we need to get some more funding. But yeah, we will put anybody's names on the lights if they want to donate for sure.
And then, of course, there are other. You mentioned the Booster Club. So if you're a business out there, or even just an individual, there's lots of opportunities to donate. You can, from what I gather, you can direct it toward a specific sport, or you can just say, hey, divvy it up the best way.
Yep. And it also gives you some good perks. I mean, you can get seats with your names on them in the field house, in the Bob Seacrest field house for all the. So if you're running late, somebody's sitting in your seat, you tell me, I'll kick them out, and that's your seat. So it doesn't matter if you're there or not at the beginning or not. So we'll get you in your seats, and I mean, preferred parking in the back. That's also a big one that people love to have that. So
some cool promotional ideas. Not only like static signage and things of that nature, but we also have opportunities to play the commercials on the scoreboard in the field house, and some pretty cool stuff for sure.
Yeah, that's a big one. You can run. We of course have the static signs around the gym, but you can run a full high def video, audio commercial.
Yeah, they're sweet. It's sweet.
Those video boards are. I saw just recently, probably for the first time, a video on it, and I was like, wow, I didn't know how clear it'd be. Sometimes you see those LED boards and you can tell they're kind of pixelated, but these things are are just tack sharp, man.
Yeah, these are really, really nice. We're like I said, we're fortunate to have them. They just make the experience of the game so much better.
Yeah.
And the work you've done on them, we can't thank you enough. I mean, the stuff that you give us to put on the scoreboards, man, it's awesome. Top-notch stuff, buddy.
It's fun to try to come up with things, and my goal obviously is just to kind of get better at it, where we're, me improving skills so that we're putting stuff out there that, a D1 school, pro teams, like just making it better and better. And I think the players like to see themselves, or at least I think so. I'm assuming that's the case.
Yeah, it's definitely a big aspect to our recruiting. I know Briley does a great job recruiting, and she always has Mike getting down there and putting up some images for her recruits coming in.
Well, last year was the first year we did it, obviously, because the boards were brand new. They literally, I think, got installed less than 24 hours before our first basketball game of the season.
Sounds about right.
It was a crash course, to say the least, getting it going. But then, you made the intro video. Was kind of the first one we had ever done with Bradley's group with women's basketball. And originally it was, I think it was like 60 seconds long, something like that. Well, Jim and I were sitting there and we're like, this might be too long. I don't know, and then, but then like when we had conversations with people that were watching it and people that were, involved, whether it be the players or the coaches, like they get a huge kick out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they think that is big time. That is awesome. Mm-hmm. And so it makes a difference, and then your kids, I think, appreciate it even more when they go and play other places, and then all of a sudden they realize how good they've got it as far as the fan experience for a community college here. So it's a pretty cool thing, and something that we look forward to working with you and everyone else at the college to improve on, and because there's a lot of capabilities that we probably don't even realize we have at this time.
Oh yeah,
with those boards, and we're probably doing a little more than the minimum, I would say, for sure right now, but there's room for growth.
Yeah, everything's a learning process. Last year, you were trying to figure it out. I was kind of halfway guessing as far as what was going to work.
Andy's been a big help with us on that too. Him,
Danielle,
and Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all you guys that have been promoting it and getting the stuff that we need for it is awesome. I mean, it's been great, and like I said, the fans love it. The fans think it's great. The people that bought signage and the commercials love it. So I mean, I think the community really likes it. And then once we get that outdoor press box for the soccer field, we'll be able to run some of those things out there too before the games and stuff. With the teams and get to see their pictures up there.
Yeah,
I know you got it ready to go. You sent it to us already.
Yeah. Well, I try to make one for every team. The last one that I'm going to do here, I've been talking with Coach Huff, putting a golf one together, but we've got videos for cross country, soccer, both teams. So even if they're a team that doesn't play on a field or have a board, there's downtime between games, halftime, timeouts.
Before games, we can run it, yeah.
Where we can run that way, every
the running Cardinals in it.
Yeah, here's the cross country
Yep.
team, and then no matter what sport you play, you feel like you're getting an equal visibility and stuff like that.
I think that's awesome, and I like your idea with the Kirby possible late for game time. That's going to be awesome when we can get that done.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
We've got a promo, an idea that's been cooking for bringing introducing Kirby into the Seacrest Fieldhouse. So I kind of forgot about that, honestly. I've been trying to crank out all the stuff, the videos and photos, and I forgot we had talked about that, but yeah, we can definitely revisit.
I definitely like the rejected one too. That's a good one.
One of the things I didn't realize, the lights that hit the floor with the Kirby head, it kind of reminded me of the Chicago Bulls, back in the 90s. Did those was that part of the video board package, or was that a separate deal?
Nah, that was a separate deal. Kevin Thurman is the one that really kind of wanted that, and
Yeah.
it's turned out awesome. I think everybody likes them. And we've only used those a few times, but we can use them for when we had the plays or we had what was the musical thing with
Dessert theater.
Yeah, when
The music department.
Yeah, the music department had a dessert theater or whatever
okay.
where they had like the Disney theme where they were singing all Disney songs and stuff like that. And what's great about it that we can use those spotlights. We can put those anywhere in the gym and focus them where they need to be.
Wherever they wanna
Yeah,
go.
so nobody has to wheel in spotlights and things like that. We just did them right there. It was kind of neat. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. We enjoy the kids enjoy them. I think it's a great intro at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
You turn the lights off and those are on the floor going nuts. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know we had those last year, and I was at a game, and I was like, "Oh, look at the Kirby heads."
Yep.
That was pretty slick. I guess the only other thing that I was thinking is that home volleyball. I know we have a game on the 11th, maybe, and then for sure the 18th. I think the 18th is kind of our midnight madness, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is
That'll
that our
be
basketball kickoff?
Well, I don't think we're going to do that, but
No.
it's also going to be sophomore night for volleyball on the 18th.
Okay.
But we also have a tournament here on Friday the 13th and Saturday 14th. I think there's 3 games on Friday and 5 games on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. And I think they're starting at 1, I believe, on Friday the 13th. So, yeah, we haven't had many volleyball games at home. So,
Yeah, it's been sparse.
if you want to see the Matt Cardinal ladies in action, you need to come either the 11th against Jeffco, and then there's several good teams that are going to be here on that weekend. And then I think West Plains is the 18th. So, and that we'll also recognize Tim Copeland on his 500th win that night on the 18th. So,
Yeah, that happened a couple weeks back on the road. 500 wins. That's when you consider how many games they play per season.
Yeah.
That's quite an accomplishment. So yeah, definitely come out when you can. If you check the athletics website, like that tournament you mentioned, I think even if you filter for home games, I think it shows up as a home game, even though there's out of town, or it's kind of a mix of teams.
Yeah, I think we played 1 on Friday and maybe 2 on Saturday, something like that.
Yeah.
But I know Indian Hills will be in town, Butler Community College. I mean, they're
West Plains is in that one too.
Yeah, so a
Are
lot
they?
of teams that are ranked
Yeah.
will be here. So yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be a good tournament.
It's good.
Vincennes, I think, is supposed to be here, and they're in the receiving votes in the top. Last week, I think they were 15th, and then this week they're receiving votes. So
Wow. Okay.
So there'll be some ranked teams, some good volleyball.
A lot of good games, matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go, just personal. Are you guys like NFL or college football guys?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I think
are.
probably for me more NFL, just because our Saturdays are oftentimes
Oh.
spent on a soccer field or in a gym somewhere. But
Yeah.
still trying to follow along with college. Obviously, Mizzou's having a nice year, so if they're playing in the
Yeah.
evening, we'll try to catch that one. But I watch a fair amount of NFL, I would say.
He's a fantasy football guy.
Yeah.
Are you?
I don't do
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah.
That's like one more thing I don't need to deal with.
Yeah, I don't mess with it either. And I did baseball one year, and I thought that was the longest summer of my life. It was so bad.
seems
I
like a
couldn't
lot of
stand
work.
it. I was waiting for the season to be over. But yeah, it is a lot of work because you have to make sure if somebody gets hurt and
You got them off the roster.
yeah, you got to get them out of your lineup, and it's a lot of work. There's guys that are really really good at it, and they make some money on it. but
Sure.
I'm just not one of those guys that's
Yeah, I
really
think
good
it's-
at it.
Fall is always the best time of year, I feel like, for sports, because you've got football kind of in midstream. If you're a hockey fan, it's getting started. Baseball's postseason's going. You got NBA start. I mean, there's a lot going on in the fall. So we're always at our busiest in the fall as well here. So oftentimes we kind of pick and choose what you get to watch on TV and balance that with family life and everything too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if I get the TV, my wife watches Hallmark all the time, so I don't get the TV much. I have to go in the other room or downstairs, which is okay.
I have found I'm a big college football person, and I've found that YouTube is great for. I don't know about NFL; they might, but there's always, if it's a big enough matchup, D1 schools, somebody, whether it's ESPN or just random people, there's always about 3 options to pick from. You can get like the 3-minute Sports Center version. You can get about a 15-minute. Here's all the like big plays and big yardage, or you can get like the 40-minute. Here's every play, but there's no huddle. As soon as they're down, it cuts to the next play. So you can literally watch every play with no downtime.
In about 40 minutes.
So I tend to opt for about the 12 to 15-minute version, where it's not every play is like a score, but it's all the great catches and 20-yard runs, and so you feel like you're watching the game, but it no commercials, cuts out most of the huddles and stuff like that.
It's funny you said that, because my dad says the same thing to me every year. He's a diehard sports fan, but he watches a lot of hockey, and he'll rarely watch a full game. But he's like, "You got to go on YouTube and check out their cuts, because you get a feel for what every team's doing in the league by." And I don't have time for that, but if there's a certain, I do watch. I have watched the highlights on there for other games, especially like if I missed a Blues game, and it is pretty impressive. You get kind of the option to watch the quick hit, or the a little bit of an extended version of what the game feel was like.
Our old buddy Chad Mills, who I haven't talked to in a while, need to get back in touch with him, but he's a big Grizz fan, Memphis Grizzlies, and he was telling me that the package that he pays for you can filter it so that he can watch a Grizzlies game, and it will only show offensive plays.
Really?
It'll show only when Memphis has the ball on there. That's just crazy. He's like,
That's
I just
awesome.
watch the offensive plays.
Yeah. I think that's. I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the way that TV ends up going here pretty quickly. Is pay per channel you want, or pay per team you want to watch, or I would much prefer that. Be nice.
It's ultimately going to fold back in on itself. It'll just be like cable. It'll just loop around until you're like, why am I paying for all these channels? I'll just buy a package.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we do. We get the services we want, but
You stream everything?
yeah, where we live, we just I think cable just made it out there, but we're pretty happy with just streaming everything. But yeah, sports on YouTube that's great, because somebody's always got chopped up just the right amount of what you're looking for. If I don't,
has too much time.
yeah, yeah, and if I don't,
but they're getting ads out of it. They're making
yeah,
money.
they're
on it.
making yeah.
I guess that's right. Yeah,
But
that's
if
probably
it's-
their business.
But if it's like Utah State versus San Jose State, like I don't really care enough, but I'll watch the 4-minute version.
Yeah.
Just to see if it's like a 31 to 27 game, I'll watch the highlights. But
Did you go up to the Dome for the Mizzou game?
I did not. I'm very torn because I'm a Kentucky grad. This was before Mizzou joined the SEC. But I have enough friends who are either alum from Mizzou or just Mizzou fans that I kind of have a soft spot for them. But then it's super complicated because then my sister went to Ole Miss. So now we've got a triangle of hatred of SEC rivalries. But no, I tend to sort of vicariously pay attention to Mizzou. But yeah, that kid, what was that, 61 yarder to win it. That's quite a boot.
That is a boot.
Yeah.
And he had some more leg in there. He probably could have got close to 70.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see how far over the crossbar it went.
Yeah.
He'll kick in the NFL.
Yeah, he had a little left in there.
Good deal.
Yeah, I'd like to see him make a little noise, but I don't know who they have. I know
We got Vanderbilt this week. They should win that.
Yeah.
And then I think they've got. trying to think who they've got next.
Do they
week.
play Bama this year?
It's harder.
Do we play Alabama and Georgia?
Georgia every year.
So here's the problem, because Kentucky's like this. They seem to be doing okay, and then they'll lose a stupid game like Vandy or something. It happens all the time. So I don't want to jinx Mizzou, but I hope they don't lose. But this is one of those games where it's like you shoot yourself in the foot. I gotta say though, I think Georgia looks vulnerable. I don't know that Mizzou's the one that's going to pick them off, but
They had a chance last year, I thought, didn't they?
yeah, they had them down for a while.
Yeah. They had Georgia in trouble, and then they did something silly or whatever and ended up losing.
I think this year, I think it's kind of wide open. I don't really see Georgia as being super dominant, so it's going to be. But they have a kind of a soft schedule in the East, so we'll see.
It also makes a difference if you can gain bowl eligibility halfway early in the year. It kind of at least takes one monkey off your back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that. So.
Well, if you've made it this far, definitely check out the website for game times. Consider joining the Booster Club or sponsoring your business. Any final thoughts or pearls of wisdom?
Mike, you got anything?
I'll come out and check us out. We've got there's a lot going on here as far as games and opportunities to come out and watch some tremendous young student athletes, that are great in the classroom and great kids, and they play hard. I think all of our teams should have a chance this year of making some noise in the postseason with the ultimate goal of winning a national championship. So we're proud of the athletic department and look forward to seeing you out here watching.
Yeah, come out, see the new scoreboards, come out and see the new athletes that are on campus, and enjoy it. I mean, if you haven't been to a game in a while, we got a lot of things going on at halftime, and it's definitely a fan experience. So, and if you want to be part of the Booster Club, give us a call. You can call me or Terry or Kevin Thurman. We'll get you signed up.
Good deal. Gentlemen, appreciate the time, and we'll maybe try to catch up with you again early in the spring semester.
Sounds good.
Kind of preview what's going to happen with baseball, softball, and track or anything else that's going on in the spring, golf. But great. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, buddy.